What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the RAS Project, real stories from real humans. This is where we debunk the bullshit and fluff and talk about 100% proven tactics and strategies to help you grow your life and business. Of course, my name is Ivan Temelkov. Thanks for joining me. A special episode of the RAS Project. Today is Friday, October 8th. Look, I've got one favor to ask. Did you find value in this episode? If so, please tell others about the RAS Project. Please have them subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, or anywhere else you listen or watch podcasts. Got any questions? Do you want to tackle something specific? Please send me an email at ivan at razorsharpdigital.com. I'd love to tackle some questions that you guys might have, anything specific that you might have on your mind that you want to talk about. The hamster wheel. What does that have to fucking do with anything life and business related? Have you ever seen a hamster run? He or she runs indefinitely. All right. They run for a very long period of time. Right. But why does the hamster run indefinitely and never stop? Right. You've seen a hamster on the wheel. They're indefinitely running. A lot of people will say, the hamster's not going anywhere. Right. Well, the psychology behind the hamster wheel is that you've got to keep going nonstop, indefinitely. People don't like hearing that shit, though, because in life and business, they want instant gratification. They want overnight success. They want a quick bang. Even this week alone, I've met several people. Yeah, it's Friday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I met several people this week, online and in person, who I talked to, who all talk about the long game, who all talk about, yeah, man, I'm doing things long term. I'm putting the time, I'm putting the effort. But in reality, they want shit to happen overnight. It just ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's that simple. I don't know how else to explain this, but it's not going to fucking happen. You have got to keep running like the hamster. Sure, nobody wants to be the hamster because a hamster runs a wheel and you feel like you're not going anywhere. But in life and in entrepreneurship, you are the fucking hamster. You are running. You're constantly running. And if you're not running, then you're not putting in the time and effort towards the things that matter to you. Like yesterday when I was out cycling, I did a 38-mile stretch yesterday. And you know what? I did not want to get on that fucking bike. I did not. I was aching. I was tired. I was underslept. My daughter hadn't gotten enough sleep. And you know what? I still got on the fucking bike. You know why? It's because I know it's good for me. I need to do it. And that's the difference. In fact, right after I got done cycling, mind you, having burnt over 2,500 calories, I was starving. It was 7 o'clock in the evening and I was hungry. I felt like a cramp was coming in because I was way too dehydrated at that point. And I'm pretty sure my hernia wasn't really helping either. So I was trying to mitigate that, making sure that I hydrate and eat. And honestly, I still had shit to do. I had to give my kids a bath. I had to run an errand. And then literally in my mind, I was telling myself, you know what? I'll just make a quick pit stop at McDonald's and I'll get something to eat. But you know what? I held off. I kept running like the hamster. I kept running. I said to myself, you know what, Ivan? You can hold off another hour, man. You can hold off another hour and then you're going to eat. And you know what? This morning, I'm fucking feeling awesome. You want to know why? It's because when I stepped on the scale, I was like, fuck yes. All right. 2-pound difference from 48 hours before. You want to know why? It's because I kept running. I kept putting in the time and commitment. And that's what a lot of people are not doing, man. I literally, social media is full of bullshit now more than ever because too many people talk about the long game. Too many people talk about how much they're doing this and that, but you're not. I'm sorry, you're not. There's only a small group of people that I know, and a lot of them actually don't spend a valiant amount of time on social media, who are doing the work day in and day out. No matter what, rain or sunshine, they're just doing the work. And that's what you guys got to do. You know, you got to put in the time. There's really nothing different between you and the hamster. You're both chasing something. People are chasing something. You're chasing happiness. You're chasing building a business. You're chasing love. You're chasing fulfillment. You're chasing abundance. You're chasing all of those things. But in the reality of things, you are like the fucking hamster. We all are. Those of us who really want something really bad in life and in business, we keep running like the hamster indefinitely. Indefinitely. Because it's about being resilient. It's about not giving up. It's about doing what most other people won't do. And you know what? I'll give you a prime example. When I started my fitness journey, so I'm down almost 30 pounds at this point. And I failed. I've tried and failed. I've tried and failed for a very long time. And it's probably during the last year that I've gotten really serious about this. I can tell you right now that once everybody sees the before and after photos, it's going to be an absolute what the fuck, man. I can guarantee you that. And that's the effect that you have when you keep running like the hamster, when you keep putting in the time, when you keep showing up. Why? Why? Because you want it, right? You want the big house, you want the expensive car, you want to make sure that you got enough fuck you money in the account, in your bank account, so you can go travel randomly and do other shit. But you know what? All of that is a lot of time, a lot of sweat, a lot of hard work, a lot of resilience, a lot of hatred, a lot of negativity. The entrepreneurial road is not easy. It's not. And in fact, to give you an example, yesterday, actually, I got to speak with a group of some youngsters in a program called CAPS that's offered here in St. Charles County, which is where I live. And this is a program that is meant to educate and prepare juniors and seniors in the high school level for the real world. Because guess what? School's not doing that. That's why that program exists. And you know what? I saw a lot of bright minds. I saw a lot of bright kids, who were very intelligent, had amazing business ideas. Some of them were doing what's called a passion project, but some of them actually were interested in pursuing their passion projects as an actual business. And that gave me a lot of encouragement as a fellow father because it gives me hope for the future. It gives me hope for the world and society because we need more innovators and disruptors out there. Now more than ever. But you know what? The one thing that I sense from these youngsters that was the same as what society and a lot of people are facing right now is just that a lot of them were struggling with seeking validation and affirmation, seeking permission from someone, from something, so they can go do what they want to do. And in reality, all you got to do is keep running like the hamster. Just get on that fucking wheel, keep running, keep doing, keep executing. Tunnel vision. It's not easy. I can tell you that out of all people. And in fact, a couple of things actually that I wanted to share with you guys is, so first of all, I did an interview last year with Park City TV. That's on my YouTube channel that you can check out more about my story. I have a magazine article that's coming out here in the next week or two that's going to share more about my story. and the things that I've done, things that I've accomplished, and all my struggles and challenges. Because let's face it, it's not rainbows and unicorns. I will tell you that. And that's exactly what I think a lot of people think that entrepreneurship is. It's that it's fucking rainbows and unicorns, and you're always making money. When in reality, it's actually the total opposite. And I also have a TV interview that I'm doing actually here in an hour from the time of the recording of this episode. Pretty excited. And this is actually going to be a TV interview that's going to specifically talk about digital and marketing, which is something that I've done over the last 20 years. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is because when you stay focused, you keep running towards the things that are important to you, then good things start happening. You build recognition, you build clout in the marketplace. And only the right people will start observing that. Only the right people will appreciate that, because not everybody is going to appreciate that. Nor should you even worry about creating mass appeal to everybody, because the reason the hamster runs is because the hamster knows that it thinks that it's going towards something, right? And actually, yesterday, someone asked me a question and said, so after 20 years of doing work, after 20 years of grinding and hustling, is there a guarantee that you're going to get all the things that you want? And my response and my response to you is no. There's never a guarantee. There's never a guarantee. There's only a runway that you're building towards your success and happiness and abundance. And that's why the hamster keeps running on the fucking wheel, is because it thinks that it's going to get somewhere by doing that. And that's in reality what entrepreneurship and life and business is very much like, is that you keep running every day. You keep hustling, you keep doing the work, you keep putting in the time. And a lot of people think that, oh, you know what? Just because I do all of that, I'm going to have guaranteed success. No, there's no guarantees in life. There's no guarantees in business. There's no guarantees in relationships. And that's actually something that I've talked about the past, is that if you, from a mental standpoint, set yourself up with expectations behind everything that you do, and then you fail, your drive, your momentum will go out the window. So don't have any expectations. Just keep doing, because you want more out of life. You want more out of business. You want more out of your relationship. That's why you're doing it, is because you want more. Not because someone else is pushing you, or you're trying to compete with somebody else, or you're trying to prove something to someone. Fuck all that shit. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your family. That's why I do anything I do. But first and foremost, I do it for myself, because this is my life. And I don't want to go down the path of trying to sound like an arrogant prick by any means, but the reality of things, we all have our own lives. You are entitled to find your purpose. You're entitled to find your passion. You're entitled to find abundance in your life. And guess what? Nobody else is going to do that. If you don't do that for your excuse me, if you don't do that for yourself, nobody else is going to do it for you. If you're not happy with yourself, you can't ask others to be happy for you. If you can't appreciate yourself, you can't ask others to appreciate you. And so there's so much advice, there's so much value, in this that I wanted to share with you guys, because, and again, just to wrap this up, the moral of the story is that you're very much like the hamster. You're always running, you're always hustling. Those who keep running and hustling are the ones that will eventually get to where they want to be, instead of sitting and waiting for shit to happen. A lot of you are waiting, sitting, thinking that things are going to change. You think you're going to wake up one day and mysteriously you're going to have more money, you're going to be happier in your marriage, in your relationship, you're going to have a bigger house, you're going to have that dream car, your kids are going to be happier. Fuck no, none of that shit's going to happen unless you do the work, unless you put in the time, unless you keep running like the hamster. And not to sound like a broken megaphone, but I feel like I've given you so much value in this episode. And the only thing that I ask from you is if you found value in this episode, tell others about the RAS Project. Please have them subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, or anywhere else you listen and watch podcasts. I'm definitely interested. If you have any questions, I would love to tackle those specific questions on a future episode of the RAS Project. And you can email those questions to Ivan at RazorSharpDigital.com, and I'll be more than happy to tackle those. You never know. We might even do a joint episode together. That's all I got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in to the RAS Project. Have an amazing weekend. I'll talk to you later.